No, don't fight. Your body, we need it. You hear us? It's ours. Now, get out. Out! No. Stop!
What's up guys, I'm Just a Gamer and I'm back with my final impressions of the First Berserker Khazan Closed Beta test. And yeah, overall I think this game is amazing. It feels really great. The combat just feels absolutely spot on. Let's just dive right in with the gameplay. I think the gameplay of this game is super solid. All the weapons felt unique and really different, like playstyle wise. They start you off with the dual wielding, which I enjoyed, but my weapon of choice was the greatsword. I really like the playstyle of that weapon where it's mostly counter based because it's so slow. You mostly have to like wait for attacks to counter and then attack yourself, just because again, normally if you would try to initiate yourself, you usually get hit before you can even swing your blade. And then I did try the lance and I liked the lance, but I still like the greatsword more. I just fit my playstyle more. But overall, all three different weapon types felt really good to use. And every time I learned an ability, I felt like my whole combat strategy changed. Like I could be more aggressive. I felt like each ability you learn it in the game from a weapon, it really does make you feel more powerful. Like each upgrade was and felt important and impactful in combat, which is something I can't always say for a lot of action games. And then there is a little bit of input delay. It's not major, but it is there. But it's personally, I didn't find it too bad. I think it was perfectly fine. But yeah, enemy variety is fantastic as well, and the enemies are tough. The enemies, they're like, even the little jobber beginning enemies, they can take you down in a few hits if you let them. This game is no joke. These enemies and these bosses are super tough, especially the final boss of the beta, which if you watched my playthrough of it, you'll know I went through, wow, it took me a while to beat that thing. But yeah, overall, the gameplay of this game is super solid and it feels really great. I will say the only problem I had gameplay wise is that I felt there was a bit of bloat when it came to parries and counters. You press L1 to block, and if you time it right, you can do a perfect parry, or in this game it's called a brink guard. So there's blocking and perfect parries or brink guard. On top of that, you have a separate type of counter called reflection, which is L1 and triangle. And it's a certain move that you have to time it right to do massive stagger damage to the enemy. And then on top of that, enemies have unblockable moves. And the only way to counter them outside of dodging is to use counterattack, which is L1 and circle, which is a separate attack with its own different timing. So you have three different perfect parries, and you basically, like, I understand they're giving you options, but at the same time, it's a little weird when each one has their own timing. And I just felt like, at least when it comes to reflections and counterattacks, they could have maybe just combined those into one. So like, you don't have to like get so many different timings down. I mean, I understand where they're coming from, where they want to give you the options of different types of counters to do different things. Hey, perfect parry, just a perfect parry. It, mitigates the damage, you do stagger damage. Reflections, again, mitigates the damage, and you do massive stagger damage. And then, oh, he's doing an unblockable. Do a counter to, again, mitigates the damage, and do massive stagger damage, plus gives you an opening to attack. And it's just like, I understand what they're going for, but it seems a lot. And it, like, again, each one has their own different timing. And I felt like, at least with Reflections counterattack, they could have combined that or put the capabilities of counterattack and Reflections, or vice versa. Because it just felt a little too much. It felt a little bloated when it came to counters and parries. It was just too much. That was the only thing I'll say about that. But otherwise, gameplay felt fantastic. It felt really good. And I can't wait to see what they do with it, if they refine it, and if they just, what else they can build upon it. Because I'm pretty sure as the game goes on, there's more things we haven't seen yet. But yeah, overall, I think the gameplay of this game is super solid, super fun, and I can't wait to try it out more. I can't wait to play more of it. That being said, the game did have a few performance issues. But again, this is a closed beta. They're still working on the game. This is stuff that can be completely ironed out, and I'm sure that it will. But there were some things I noticed. Some textures were a bit off. There was a bit of flickering with light. The character models, or your character model for your character, would sometimes, like, while he's walking, there would be some jitteriness to the character model while he's like walking, which is a bit off. I also ran into some an audio bug where you unlock finishing blows, and certain enemies, their finishing blows, the sound wasn't working for them. So like you would do the finishing blow and like all the audio would basically just cut out, and it's a bit weird there. And then frame rate wise, the game ran pretty smoothly. I only saw, I think, 1 or 2 dips naturally. That being said, I did find a problem or bug with the frame rate. If you intentionally went out of your way to do something, to mess it up. For example, your inventory, similar to Souls games, if you drop an item or discard an item, it drops into the world as a little ball of light that you can re-pick up if you wanted to. And if you drop a lot of items, the frame rate just goes way down, because I guess the game is trying to compensate for all the items you dropped. But again, that's something that could be easily fixed, and then you have to go out of your way to make that happen. Other than that, the frame rate of this game was spot on from pretty much everything I can tell, and I didn't see anything really major other than that. One other major thing I saw was when learning abilities with your weapons, sometimes they wouldn't activate. I would have to go back into the menu, unlearn the skill, and learn it again for it to activate. So that was a bug there, but it's, again, nothing too major, and it's not like it stopped me from using the ability. I just had to go unlearn it and relearn it. So yes, there were some technical issues with this beta, but again, it is a beta. They are still working on the game, and it was nothing major. It was overall ran smoothly. It was a great experience, and I could see them ironing this all out rather quickly. And yeah, it ran great. It ran great in my opinion. The last thing I want to touch on, which is something that just really caught me off guard and really surprised me, was just how good the voice acting in this game so far is. It is fantastic. I'm pretty sure Khazan is Benstar, who's an amazing voice actor. If you don't know him, he's Clive from Final Fantasy 16. But the standout for me, he was good, but the standout for me is the Blade Phantom. His voice is so menacing and just dark, but also at the same time cool, and it's just, oh my god, the voice acting for that, whoever does the voice acting for the Blade Phantom is just spot on amazing. And the sound mixing as well, because there's this reverberation when the Phantom speaks and this echo, and it's just, oh man, it's so good. I had to just shout that out, that the voice acting so far in this game has been just absolutely incredible, and it caught me off guard with how much I loved it. I just wanted to add those 2 cents in with the voice acting, because it was just so freaking good. It was just chef's kiss, honestly. But yeah, overall, I really enjoyed the First Berserker Khazan, the closed beta test. I think this game is shaping up to be something really special and really amazing. When I first saw the game, it looked good, but there were just, I had some worries with the gameplay they showed when it was first shown off. But then every trailer after that, the game just seemed to get better and better and better. And finally, with this demo, me getting my hands on it and trying it, the game feels fantastic. And I just shout out to the developers because they are doing a fantastic job. And I hope they continue to do a fantastic job and just iron out a few of the rough edges that this beta still had for the full game. But yeah, overall, gameplay felt fantastic. Performance wise, the game ran great besides, those few little things. Overall, really good. And then again, shout out to that voice acting. That's just, oh man, it's so good. And I honestly can't wait to play this game. I am honestly hyped for this game more than I have been, I don't know, in a while. But yeah, so those are my thoughts, those are my impressions. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below. Did you try the First Berserker Khazan? Please let me know in the comments down below. What are your thoughts on it? Did you like it, hate it? Did you have problems? Did you run into any bugs that I didn't run into? Again, let me know in the comments. But yeah, those are my thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like or comment down below. I'd appreciate any and all feedback. Subscribe. I'm streaming on Twitch, so please consider following me there. At twitch.tv/justagamerrank, all together in word, or you can click the link below. But again, let me know your thoughts on the First Berserker Khazan if you got to try it out. And yeah, thank you for watching, and until next time, take care and have a good game.